Check, 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 microphone check. All right. We are live and direct, straight from Route 66 here, Valentine Station. My name is Ruben, and this is the Valentine Station channel. I kind of feel like I have the keys to the car and I shouldn't be driving. So, because I'm not of age, not because I've been drinking or something. This is water, currently getting hydrated. It is 1:27 p.m. here in Valentine, Arizona, and approximately, I believe, we'll check it out. 108 degrees here on the thermometer. So we're just going to do a little live show. And this is the station report. The station report is a little behind the scenes weekly update of what we're doing here at Valentine Station. Like I have a mouse in my pocket. Well, it's me, my mom, and any other fearless warriors that want to join on this crew. So my name is Ruben once again. This is Valentine Station. And believe it or not, I live here inside the gas station. Didn't know anything about Route 66 when I moved out here in 2006, other than it was the road that my house was located on. Did not know that it was America's Main Street or very popular tourist destination or anything like that. And over these years, from people stopping here, taking pictures, I've come to notice it's popular, it's growing, and this channel is just a name for me to share these stories with you of people here on the road. Kind of as seen on 66 or the Mother Road Diaries, if you will, just from someone who's lived here for a while and is actually trying to do something new, right? Maybe you're trying to do something new in your life, or trying to do a little change, or maybe venturing out on this YouTube thing. And that's kind of what this is like just a rolling documentary of me, I guess, trying to embrace something new. Social worker by trade, and then have also been working in other stuff, retail, other industries. Last working over here at the Hackberry General Store, where I got to meet a lot of phenomenal people. So some of you I've met already, that are coming down here on the Mother Road, and there is just so many stories to share. I felt that I needed to pick up this camera and do it. And then kind of when the pandemic hit, and a lot of people weren't able to travel here, and those were people that really love Route 66. I knew, and I was here, and I was already kind of looking at doing this. I knew that we would have to figure it out somehow, right? So that's what this is we're figuring it out somehow. As Captain Ron said, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen out there. So this is what we're doing. So let me get a just drink of water here, a little hydration. And this is the first setup. Right now I'm on this mic. Hopefully in the future, I'll have another mic, remote. And then that way, if somebody stops by, because I am outside right now, we can even interview them live or do something like that. So here we go. So what's a way to describe Route 66? Route 66, it has been commonly termed, I guess, the Main Street of America. Maybe the best way to describe it now, a time capsule of America on two lanes. And there's so many traces of history in different periods here that you could see if you were to take a Route 66 road trip. Route 66 travelers, I guess this would be the time to maybe, I forgot to get it, but I can run in. The house is right here. All right, and we're back. Sorry about that. We can cut that out later, and when this goes up. I mean, but for live, we're doing it. Not the best circle there. Yeah, I should have had this graphic little pre-drawn here, but here is a badly drawn pie circle, 3/4, 1/4. So, and this kind of represents the tourists here on Route 66. So, of the tourists or people that come down this road, how many do you think are foreigners, and how many do you think are Americans? This is kind of a representation of that. So, if you would say that foreigners make up 3/4 of the Route 66 travelers, you'd be correct. And that's actually one surprising thing is how many foreigners come down here on the road. Just today, there was a family that stopped and they were in their RV and they were from Austria. First thing I think of Austria, KTM, you know. But it was awesome. They were headed to the Grand Canyon. And when I meet people, my aim is just to, I don't know, as cheesy as it sounds, be their friend. And what I mean by that is if I were to meet you here, we were to talk, and I know like maybe what direction you're headed, I would just like to point out something that you may want to look at or a good stop to photograph. And so when people stop here, they're often photographing or taking photos. So that's what I try to share with them. If I notice they're taking photos, especially if they have like a DLSR or a camera with a lens or anything like that, then I know they're particularly photo hounds, and then maybe even try to get some information and stuff from them. So hope you guys are enjoying your day out there. And for the people watching this later, this is just a little test run. I mean, first one, right? Everything's a test in life. But the first one here of the station report. And I'm just the guy that lives here behind the door, Valentine Station, and then am embracing this camera, this format, and everything, maybe such as you, as changes as you are having in life. And we'll see where we go here. So, Valentine Station, is it a gift shop? No. One time I was making some handmade signs and stuff, and would intending to sell those here and in person, and like on Etsy, had a listing there and stuff on Etsy. Then the pandemic kind of struck, and then so I'm just trying to move to something more of a digital. Definitely have signs. We'll probably list some of those for sale. Also some other stuff, shop rags. Need to get some t-shirts printed up, but I have made some shop rags like this in red and white. We'll get these listed up on the website, which is valentine-station.com. And I should actually put that in the show notes and everything. And that's the whole thing, right? Is just learning and getting better, 1% better each upload, and going from there. So, can you visit Valentine Station? Uh, Kind of random. I mean, this is my home. Uh, yeah, if we're able to set something up, schedule something, sure. But it's kind of hit or miss. I try to be outside or available as much as possible, especially if I see people taking pictures or what have you. And but have been fortunate to be able to meet a lot of awesome people just here. And then there's also people don't want to talk, and that's okay too. So yeah. But for the people that want to talk and want to learn more about Valentine Station, that's the purpose of this channel and this live stream here. So we, as long as the same as like with the shop rags and stuff, intend to have more opportunities to be open or actual offerings for people, for them to come here and visit if they like, for sure. I am definitely a kind of reclusive person, but am trying to be more open to the public. So yeah. Um, so yeah. Uh, is Valentine Station a gift shop? No, but trying to be almost like a little giveaway shop. So, for example, a couple weeks ago, gentleman, I'm trying to remember exactly where he's from. I want to say it was almost Estonia. It was like Estonia or Hungary. And he was with his son on a several week-long trip, Grand Canyon and stuff. And that's what's common is we'll get people either going to or coming from the Grand Canyon in Las Vegas. We're situated in between those two areas, and sometimes people, they won't even know about Route 66, but they'll see on the map, oh hey, you can take Route 66 through there instead of going on the highway, and that's how they happen on this road. So sometimes it's really by happenstance, or chance that they end up taking a Route 66 trip. Other people, sometimes they've been planning this trip for over a year or so, and really had wanted to see some sights or something like that. The other thing that amazes me is people that have traveled the whole distance. So here we're 367 miles from Santa Monica in 1776 from Chicago, Illinois. And then I've met people that are doing the whole journey. I guess the more popular would be starting in Chicago, ending up in California, but definitely met people doing it the other way too. And then on all types of manners of vehicles, So yeah, and then that's what we'll just try to capture here, and we'll be uploading more. Is you'll see that. So Route 66. In this channel, it's kind of just as seen on 66, the Mother Road Diaries, the people, the place, the quote, the feeling. And that's another phenomena that people have expressed either here or while meeting them at the Hackberry General Store. Just one interaction. So a gentleman was there at the Hackberry store, and this is an American guy, probably maybe in his early 60s, I believe, from back east. And we had been talking, just sharing some common stories here about the area or what have you. And then he wanted to tell me a story, and he wanted to tell me, and he says, you know what, I wanted to tell you something, but this may sound silly. And I was like, go ahead. I think I've heard it all. And I was kind of maybe thinking what he was going to tell me, and which was this. He's like, I don't know why, but like I just have this feeling here, this feeling of happiness. Not the first time, I've heard that, especially there at the Hackberry store. Sometimes here, but Yeah. So, and I think what strikes some of these tourist event foreigners, I think what strikes them, especially when I've met them here or there at the Hackberry store 3 miles away, is so I get them after they've already traveled some in the expanse and the wide open, and then that's it. Is they just remark how far you could see. Um, a little bit off to the distance here, you know you can see 20-25 miles away to the Wallapai Mountains, and it's a neat little drive. Like once you get into Val Vista, almost right before there, and then Route 66, straight as an arrow for about I don't know, 22 miles, you could see. And there's many of those perspectives also in Seligman, where it's Route 66, straight as an arrow, or just off into the distance for miles and miles and miles, with a beautiful landscape around. And I think maybe it's that sense that gets them. Here, maybe the squeaky sign, the sign. Um, for some people charming, for others maybe creepy, right? A horror movie. So I don't know. Uh, should I grease the sign? So that should be a poll, a question. We'll put it down there. Should I grease the sign? What do you guys think? I think we're. I think we'll start that as a poll. Yeah, the people, the place, the feeling. I'm so happy. So, depending on what time you visit, also, it's just awesome to be outdoors here. Maybe this is something with getting older, but every time I see like some wildlife or nature, or just cool stuff, especially seasonal, it's very neat. So, depending on when they're riding through or coming through, um, they may have a very awesome experience. Um, Yesterday, saw a butterfly, like some monarchs. So it's pretty neat seeing that. A couple blue jays also. But yeah. So the station report, what have we been up to? So Valentine Station is trying to convert as quick as we can to a YouTube channel and just get videos out there, which are just capturing the stories here of Route 66. I feel it's 2024. Internet's probably not going away now. Everyone has these devices in their pockets they call phones still that they're uploading and beaming stuff to. So this is kind of neat. Yeah, I'm kind of old, I guess. 1976 model myself, so I was born in 1976. I can remember the first computer, first time hooked up to the internet, that sound and everything. Yeah, first cell phone, first pager. Yeah. So it's kind of neat to be moving into this. Also kind of terrifying. But hey, break some eggs. Got to get off the wall. If you break some eggs, if you want to make an omelet. So, and that's what we're doing here. So here at the station report, just kind of documenting my journey, and that's it. Hopefully, if any of you guys are on the fence of doing something similar or in the digital space, you may see this and go, man, that guy's awful. If he's uploading in a town of 32 people, I could do this. So yeah, that's it. And the honest engine aim here is to become the absolute worst YouTube channel here in Valentine, and then kind of progress from there. And to not be hesitant here, to jump on camera, and just capture these stories and get this stuff done. So yeah. Um, there is this interesting book, and it's by Stephen Pressfield, "The War of Art" or "The Art of War." I'm getting it mixed up here, uh, but it is there. He talks about resistance, and when you hear that concept for the first time, and especially if you kind of suffered from the resistance, you're like, oh, so there's some other great writers, Anne Lamott, and she talks about the five principles or the five rules, and that's what something we'll dive into on the next one. Um, so on here, it'll be more kind of behind the scenes, but we're also going to give like a little bit behind the scenes of the philosophy and kind of mindset shifts that I need to embrace or am embracing to get this content and stuff out to you. Um, yeah, and yeah, so I really hope, and it's been awesome meeting other content creators here on the road, Wandering Gypsy, and then have not in person met Random Land, but I know he stopped by a couple years ago. And then a couple weeks back, was by here through this area again on a trip with his son. That's so awesome to see uh, in the Route 66 kind of or area of YouTube. There was a video from a channel called Through My Lens, and awesome channel. And it was a trip of him traveling Route 66 with his father. And that's one of the awesome things to see. Sometimes people are, they're traveling with a family member. We're doing the father son, mother son, father daughter thing. And so, yeah, this is a great road trip. Route 66 Centennial is coming up in 2026, and it's garnered a lot of interest from American travelers. I've always felt that Route 66 here has been very popular with foreigners just because of all the foreigners that I've met. And then I realize what I'm going to try to do now is just do a Google Maps and then have that up. And then we'll put pins of everybody that we meet. And as that grows, you guys can see, of the people that I meet here. And then also, the aim with the channel is of the people that I do meet here that aren't from America, that they're able to watch this channel back home. So, yeah. And then yo hablo español, no muy bien, pero ahí vamos. So puedo hacer un poco de contento en español. And also, there's a lot of stuff to where these channels could be translated like naturally. So the future is bright for the internet, for YouTube, and so for me, that's why I'm trying to go be more gun ho, on this. Nothing wrong with short form content or anything like that. But it's pretty neat to be able to do live streams or be on a Zoom call or be on a group, and then meet people. So and interact with people kind of all over the world. Um, the weirdest instance for me, or most interesting or eye-opening, was there was this event and over 1 million people were on, so from all over the world. So that was pretty neat. That was like a Tony Robbins, I think, like 2022. So that was pretty awesome to see. And then also just the community there and the Facebook group. And then one takeaway for me was there was one lady who just did the most wonderful notes of the 3-day event, and each one broke it down. And to just be able to see someone's talents and gifts, I mean, because of the way the notes were put together, formatted, and then, kind of just how she share them with the people there. It was so awesome to see, and to be able to like virtually meet, someone like that. And it kind of just opened my eyes. Um, I'm a master of uh, no skills, but know a little bit of something about a lot of stuff. So that's also kind of the aim eventually. And then I have in the past uh, try to specifically focus on that. So if you're into DIY greenhouse content, there is a resourceful mechanic channel, that is sponsoring this post actually. So, but yeah, and then also hand belt mini choppers, and then mini bike sidecars, mini bike trailers, and then we'll show some of that on a different channel, not to confuse this channel, which will just be Route 66, right? And the celebration of the people. So it's still 108 degrees out here. So I'm going to take a drink of tasty awa, and we'll be right back. So, one neat thing about hanging out, well, I mean, working at the Hackberry General Store was, and then also trying to study this, YouTube, trying to basically how to learn, how to learn how to do this. One of my goals at the Hackberry store, uh, and this may sound, I guess, odd out there or woo, uh, but was just to be more present, like just to actually be there. And what I noticed for myself was, always studying, always focused. Oh, gotta learn, but just being there with the people. Okay, what do you mean being there with the people? Well, so when people walk in, hi, how are you doing? Welcome to Hackberry General Store. And not to be all woo, but just I see you. I see you. I hear you. Uh, hello. And that's just the goal here, I guess. With in moving that is just I see you, I hear you. Hello. So I'm your friend here that lives in the gas station, Valentine Station, here on Route 66. It was a gas station that was originally built in 1944, this main structure. Then later they added on this other structure over here, and then I'll do a video with like a little walking tour. But there was two motel rooms, and then a auto court over there, auto court area for with cars uh, and trailers, and then had two different bathrooms and showers, and then laundry room, separate laundry room. um, so the aim here is share all these awesome stories of Route 66, um, of these explorers that are coming through, and that's truly what they are. Are a lot of them are explorers and just trailblazers. Traveled from afar, and if able to share these stories and you know grow this channel. The aim will be to restore the station, as best as we can, and that's it. That's the aim and the mission. So it seems funny that at my age, born in 1976, we won't talk about that. Uh, but the challenge is to grow and to learn to use my words right in this story, to tell these stories. So for me, it seems silly because that's something, right, a little bit that you would feel at 6 years old. Use your words, you use your words. But really, that's what we're just trying to grow into, is to be able to use our words better, use this camera, use this tech, and capture the magic, the kind of that you see here. So, um, and working at the Hackberry store and that just being the aim, just trying to be present with people. You never know, like, oh, okay, it does this is work or what. Which, even if there's no proof, if you try or the effort, hey, I think that's the win. By accident, kind of happened to find some documentation or proof of what effect maybe that there was. So people started to come into the Hackberry store, and then they would ask about the cat Charlie. Uh, so it seemed odd, especially if they hadn't been there before. So, after, maybe the fifth time, I finally got smart enough, like, hey, ask them, why are they asking about Charlie? So someone told me, oh, Google reviews. We've gone on Google reviews, and it says, has pictures of the cat, talks of the cat. So it was pretty neat in going on Google reviews there and looking for stuff of Charlie. And of those comments, there's like hundreds of comments or whatever on there for the Hackberry General Store on Google reviews. But of those comments, there was several there where they talked about some guy named Ruben, which was like mind blowing. Ruben, hey, that's my name. And it was like, oh, wait, that's me. So it's just super endearing, super flattering, to know that someone not only remembered my name, but wrote something there, about it. So for me, that was the proof, quote, I needed to know that, hey, um, trying to be present, trying to be, seeing people, hello, how are you doing, conversive. uh and I'm a recluse. Like, my name is Ruben Recluse Rodarte. I mean, I literally moved to a town of 32 people, so I'm not the most social person. But to just try to move into that, right, and embrace that, and then be 10% less recluse. So there's the 10% happier podcast, right? I guess this will be the 10% less recluse podcast, and only in an effort to capture the amazing stories of the people going by here. So there's an awesome event that happens one time a year. It's called the Fun Run. It's usually the first week of May. And then, so of course, that's already passed. As now, this is we're in the summer of love here, right? 2024. Um, but I'm pointing to a poster that's back there. But one neat thing is, was able to have a friend over here, and then knew how to live stream. Has been live streaming, has been making awesome videos, and to meet someone who's doing this, great inspiration for me. So I'll definitely put this in the show notes for after. But we're able to live stream from here of the Fun Run event, and then kind of show Valentine Station more to more of the world, So, and then that's the goal. And that's why we're here now. Talk. We'll talk about the burrows. Speaking of the burrows here, from this guy who helped me live stream this event, the one and only Mr. RBR TV, someone asked me about the burrows and says, hey, I want to come over and walk the burrows, which is awesome, because if someone comes over to walk the burrows with me, right, then I can help film. So today, believe it or not, later today, a world burrow exclusive. Just gonna walk the burrows around the property, and in having someone else here, it'll be easier to capture it on camera. So, hey, there's no one in the chat, so but I feel you. Yes, I need to learn to look down and read the chat. So, but I was concentrating at looking at the camera. So, but hey. for the very first one, and I'm about to ring the bell for this guy right here in the chat. Who knows where he is in the country right now? Word on the street is he may be on this main street somewhere in America. Mr. RVer TV. All right. And that bell that you hear, that is the driveway signal bell that has a little rubber rope, right? So as you would drive into Valentine Station, you would ring the bell. Fingers crossed, we'll definitely try to get that going for next year for the fun run, to where we can get people to come in either on their way out or on their way there. But great to see that someone popped in here, because we were actually about kind of just wrapping this thing up. Yeah. So we're testing this equipment once again, testing everything. It's 100 and probably cooled down a little bit. Let's give you a live weather check, you know? Yeah, it's totally cooled down now. It's 106 degrees, right? It was 108 when we started. So, yeah, so just doing kind of like a durability test on the equipment, seeing if it'll hold up to these conditions. We'll also try to end up doing some stuff from inside. Don't know with the noise, but it'll probably work, right? Because right now we're in a decent crosswind here. Yeah, and testing out the camera. So how do people get interviewed by you? They email me right now. It's kind of random. And so this is going to sound hilarious. So apparently I'm studying YouTube, right? We're trying to study. I just realized that I'm a street reporter, which is like, I guess, a category. Yeah, that street being Main Street. No, but the aim is just and I have been having more office time and stuff. So if I'm able to come out and geared up, yeah. But if someone is going to stop by, if you want to plan a trip here, yes, definitely email me, Ruben at valentine-station.com. If you're an Instagrammer, you can find us on Instagram. We're Instagram at Valentine Station. There's also a Valentine Station Garage channel. We won't talk about that right now, but that is there, and that will be going for a different mission than Route 66, but that is there. And Facebook, don't have a Facebook group yet. Should probably get that going. The guy in the chat, I can probably ask him. I think he may know about a Facebook group or two. So yes, but the best method is all email, Ruben at valentine-station.com. Are you going to rebuild a car for Route 66? Yeah. Sorry about the sound or the noise, anything. The wind's picking up here. So, Mother Nature. The truck over there. Right now, the camera's a little too far away for me to swing it over while I'm doing this. That's BS, right? I could probably do that. So, we're going to do that. So here is a 57 Chevy pickup truck, and this is the shop truck. We currently moved it up here so we can get back working on it. A little bit delayed, believe it or not, because we could not use the engine hoist as there was a bird nest in the engine hoist. I believe the birds have hatched and have moved on. So we can we can then use that engine hoist to get that going. But yeah, the aim is get that shop truck going, and just to be able to drive it around here locally. We also have the 57 Ford, and there is also a 54 Chevy Bel Air here on the premise. So trying to figure out the best way to do it, by that I mean I would like to keep that truck as original as possible. It's kind of fighting me a little bit. um, and in the end, it probably would be cheaper and easier to maybe go all new with some of that stuff. But I'm already committed on some stuff that I got there. So, but yes, we'll be working on the 57 Chevy shop truck, and we'll put those videos here. So here on the channel, um, street interviews, and then shop builds, working on the truck. And then kind of just answering any questions that you guys got. So I've been here since 2006. And, if you want to ask me any questions, as far as the shop tells, very slow on this, but I wanted to do one thing. I actually wanted to give one away to someone in the chat, not named RV or TV. Only because I gave you one, buddy. But yeah. So no, but these, okay. How do you get one? You're gonna get one by going to Valentine-Station.com. At this moment, right now at 2 p.m., the store isn't up. There's no listing, nothing like that. It has been my intention to do that, but this is the beauty of the live stream, right? And this is kind of the reason I wanted to be here, because if I say I'm going to do it, and I told you, now I kind of got to do it. So by next week's episode, which we're going to do these one a week, probably do them 7 days apart, we will have a listing for a shop rag up. Okay. We have these in red and white. And these are easy to send out because I can send these out in an envelope. And then also if you're international, less. And then the aim is to end up making more stuff that's small that we can ship out. And that will be listed there at Valentine-Station.com. When we're able to, we'll be able to put it in the YouTube shop once we grow this channel enough. That growth is on me because I got to make these videos, right? And then upload them. But that's why we're here, is going live stream and reduce a little of that friction, right? I'm not editing this. I just got to try to basically use my, adult language, adult voice, not curse or anything like that. So how many people did I meet traveling this month on Route 66? And I really need to thank this person in the chat. This guy's awesome. Really been helping me out and helping me out right now. I mean, he's literally saying like, hey, cover some of this stuff. How many people have we met? Not as many as I would like. And that's part of the transition here. I was at the Hagberry General Store 8 days a week. I would meet approximately 800 people in a month. So my challenge now is to reach that many people a month, and then or more, So here I made a sign. It's over on the side, trying to do interviews. The more I'm outside, right, the more people may talk to me if they're here or drive off, if I talk to them, kind of which has happened, which is, hey, it's fine. I'm a recluse too. I'm just trying. So, but this month, probably about 30. The neatest story. Well, the couple, Alad and Charlie. And if you don't know about Alad and Charlie, we did a video, a short one there, and it's up on the channel now. So, And so that was pretty neat. Learned with them some stuff, and then that's how it'll be kind of as we go. Uh, every interview we do, I'll learn some more, and then learn how to do this. What other businesses are opening on the route? Well, right next door, there is the old 76 station that is recently opened, and got a video we're about to come out tomorrow here, or so, where I'll be going over there to eat the Sonoran dog. But and I also should do a video kind of more on some other stuff there. But yeah, so next door there is the old 76 station, and they could be found as the old 76 station on Facebook, and they are the old 76 station. That was the post office, the last post office for Valentine, Union 76 station. And if I had $1 for every time someone asked me about buying that place or who was the owner, I'd probably have $40 or so. Now, very nice gentleman, Steve Smith there, and is selling food and stuff like that, alcohol. So we've gone there once. We'll definitely go there again. Here, Valentine, Arizona is located 25 miles from Kingman, Arizona, which is our big town. Hackberry is 3 miles away, which compared to Valentine, sprawling metropolis. And then Kingman is like big town, right? But there's a lot of people that live outside of Kingman city limits, and it's growing more and more. Here from Valentine Station, 1 hour to Laughlin, Arizona. And then from here, we are 2 hours from Las Vegas. So for a lot of people that fly in, that will be coming out this way, they fly in to what is the number one travel channel in the world? Oh, I mean, it's maybe our VU TV. I don't know. I don't know. I can't operate Google here. Oh my goodness! Congratulations! Congratulations! I mean, I just learned yesterday that I'm kind of like maybe a street interviewer channel. So there's hope for everybody. Oh, congratulations! Hey, that deserves a triple bell ring for the number one travel channel in the world on YouTube's The Power of the Internet. Congratulations, Russ. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. So, see, this is a great thing. And meeting people such as this guy, who apparently is the number one travel channel in the world, I cannot ignore the power of the camera, of YouTube, of the opportunity that we have here. Being super recluse. And I know you're like, bro, you're on a live stream right now. Like, how recluse are you? It's like, I did not want to do this thing. But how I got to doing this thing today was I knew I had to do this thing. I knew that I had to be here, and I kind of had to show up, and I had to, just make it happen. Such as Captain Ron, Kurt Russell said, hey, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen out there. So that's where we kick the tires and we light the fires and we're getting out there. So, man, you're such an inspiration, Russ. Number one in the world. That's awesome. Right now, we're trying to be the worst channel in Valentine. And if we can grow from there and become the number one channel on Valentine, hey, that'll be awesome. And then, if we could do that, anything's possible. But I just wanted to bring it to a close and thank everyone that showed up, everyone that's going to watch this later, not in the live stream, named Russ and RV or TV. Thank you very much. So we'll do a little giveaway here, for the shop tell. Russ, any ideas? I got a trivia question, I guess. So I can bring out an object, and then the first one to properly respond. Okay, let's not cheap out here, right? The first three, well, there might even be three, right? So the first one to properly respond of maybe what that object is. So, and where you would go is you would send your answer to Ruben at valentine-station.com. If you're an Instagrammer, I guess you would go to Instagram at Valentine Station. If you're a Facebooker, you would go to Facebook, right, at Valentine Station. And so to each one there, first response, we will send out a shop towel. Hopefully you're in the contiguous United States, but if you're abroad, we'll figure it out. So I'm going to bring out something, and you guys are going to let me know what it is for a shop towel. We'll see. Sorry about the delay. We'll have this on next time. This is a box of sorts with two holes, some metal tabs. I'll bring it closer to the camera. It says Motocraft on it. All right. So your best guess, send it there to Ruben at valentine-station.com. Instagram us. We're at Valentine Station. DM us, right? Or on the Facebook group for a chance to win shop towel, right? Or it's a giveaway, So the first one. Once again, I want to thank you, whether you viewed us live or you're watching us on a replay. Excuse me, getting a little choked up here. Actually, not. I was about to burp, but I didn't want to do it on the microphone. Sorry. I'm learning. But once again, I want to thank you very much for being here and being part of our very first live stream, the Station Report. And what I'm going to do is ring the bell here for you. Put it in the chat, in the comments, where you're watching from, and we'll see you in the next one. That bell was for you. If you didn't hear it because there was a car driving by and the winds are picking up from 10 to gusting up to 20. Here we go again. Thank you, guys. I hope you have a beautiful day, beautiful rest of your week, and we'll see you later.